First, we drink a Celsius because I'm gonna need some energy. Okay, you guys, so today we are gonna start getting back on track. I've been so busy doing some work for my other channel and some Etsy orders, but today is the day that we're actually going to plug in for ourselves before I have to work from home later this morning. And I'm gonna start by doing my face care routine, doing some skincare, and then I'm gonna go do an exercise routine, shower, get dressed for the day, and then I wanna update you guys on some labs that I had done. I did go to the doctor last time and I got those results, and so we'll be talking about some of those. So yeah, let's get the day started. Cheers. Oh, please don't discuss this hair because I work from home and it's gonna stay just like this. I'm not doing nothing to it. I was thinking in my head, like, I should put it up in a puff. I was like, I don't want that tight rubber band around my head. I'm gonna leave it just like this. Hopefully I can put a band around my head. I do have some bands I bought so that I won't get like, you know, all sweaty and drippy while I'm working out. But yeah, let's get going. Actually, ooh, maybe I'll work out like this. I just dropped Jace off to school and I wanna wash my face. I usually start by just wetting it first. I've been using two different types of face washes. I like this one. This one's really affordable. It's called Cinca Perfect Whip and it's like a Japanese brand. And I also have one in the shower that is by, what is the name of the one in the shower? Wait, hold on. Let me grab it. This one by La Roche-Posay. You can see it's going down to its last legs. Jace uses this one too, so this one kind of stays in the shower. I only put about this much of the Perfect Whip, very small amount, and it's gonna get super foamy wash. So if you like a good strong foam, this is it. What I have noticed is that my skin is super clear, getting better when I wash on a regular basis. I have one blemish right here, and that's my problem area, like around my chin. I don't usually wear too much makeup. I like to use one of these drying towels too, and I'll wet it and use it as a wet towel to rinse the finished rinsing that I didn't do. I gotta get my nose. So that's the first step. Second step is I like to use the Paula's Choice BHA. You guys, this is a game changer. This is a game changer. It's a 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. And I just put like about a nickel size in my hand and then rub it all over. And this one has to dry down before you put anything else. And if you go outside, you have to put sunscreen because it literally is like a peel, like a, you know, not a peel, but an exfoliant. So I put that on and I let it dry. And while it's drying, I'm gonna brush my teeth real quick and I'll be right back. And maybe that's why the side of my mouth ends up getting rinsed off. Let me put some more because that's exactly where my little blemish is right here. So I'm gonna put a little bit more of this exfoliant right there and let it dry. And while that's drying down, let me go ahead and give you a little conversation about the weigh-in we're gonna have. Weighing in is just data for me. I don't really get too triggered by the scale, but I went to the doctor's the other day, as you guys saw in my last video, and I also gathered some other data. Okay, so we put the data pieces together to help us to realize it's time we make a move. Baby gotta move, okay? She gotta get her life together. It's time. And I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit more about those labs at the end of the video. The next step that I use is this, which is the Snail Mucin by CosRx. This one's a little bit pricey, but I literally just put the tiniest amount, like maybe 2 pumps. And I put that all over and kind of let that dry down. My skincare routine has not been regular, so listen. Don't believe, if you believe I have beautiful skin, don't believe it came from skincare, baby, because I just started doing skincare about maybe 2 months ago. Like I've done it off and on. My sister, she's big on it. And she's like, girl, it'll change your life. But I literally probably just started about 2 months ago on a regular basis. And I definitely can tell the difference. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely can tell the difference, especially with like blemishes and things like that. Most of it, I think, is just genetics. My mom, she has good skin and she's like 78 years old or 70, what else, my mom? 76 years old and she has good skin. So I really think, or 77, oh my gosh. My mom's 77 years old and she has good skin still. So I think it's just kind of genetics. My dad had beautiful skin when he passed away and he was like 86 years old. So, you know, don't believe you have to have all of these expensive products, but if you want to try to see if you can elevate what you're already working with, then you might want to give them a try. Okay, the last piece of the program is very expensive. And I'm just going to be giving a disclaimer first. It's this Tatcha, the Dewy Skin Cream. Okay, my son had this here. Let's talk about how I got to it. My son had it here. I actually used it because he left it accidentally. And he left these two products, just these two. And because of him, I'm now on a skincare routine, because when he left it, I used them and I saw a difference in 1 day of application. I woke up the next morning like, what is going on? How does my skin feel so amazing? Like, what's happening? So yeah, he changed the game for me, and he sold me on these products that I wasn't sold on before. Now I look a little bit greasy, but it's okay. It will all soak in, and hopefully it soaks in before we get this workout in. I might have to reapply, wash my face after working out. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should have did this at the end. Let me get a drink of Celsius, and we're gonna move on to doing a weigh-in. One other thing I've been loving. I was rubbing my lips, and then I remembered that I also love this lip sleeping mask. I never put it on when I sleep, but I do put it on in the morning. It comes with this little applicator. So I'm gonna put some of that on, and then we're gonna get started for real. Cause what time is it? 9:12, and I have to start work at 11. So we don't have much time. Let me hurry up. Mwah. Let's do this weigh-in. I love using the face towels too. These are some I just picked up from an outlet, but I'll link some down below that I've used before. I like using them to wash my face, get everything like kind of cleaned off at the end after I wash. Okay, let's get to this weigh-in. Okay, let me see. Am I gonna be able to show you guys? There's Gingy. Okay, let's get on the scale. I know I was like 260 something, and I've already started taking the Manjaro. And right now I'm 258.4 with the camera in hand. So there's that. The type of scale that I have, it automatically documents or locks in that number into my app so I can like trend over time. Matter of fact, I don't know if it did it because I didn't hear the sound. Hold on, let me do that, put on some workout clothes, and then I'm gonna talk to you guys about what workout we're gonna be doing today. Okay, so we're all dressed now. And I also logged the weight into my Renfro app, and we'll talk about that data point in a minute. But for right now, let's go ahead and head out and get a workout in. Okay, before we do that, I wanna talk about one other thing really quick. As I get the thing ready, the workout ready, I left my Celsius way over there. That's unfortunate. Hold on. Okay, disregard my Santa blanket. I spread it out. The cats sit up on top of it sometimes, so they don't sit on the couch. Anyway, all right, so let's talk. First of all, I've really thought about going back to my Sydney Cummings workouts, which are more like weights, and they did a lot to slim and trim my body before, but I'm thinking now instead, I saw this video from this guy who is a doctor. Y'all, I gotta catch my breath, and she ain't even worked out yet. Okay, the doctor said that it's important if you wanna lose visceral fat, which when I just did my measurements, my visceral fat on my Renfro scale was showing high. Of course it is, because I got all this belly. It said if you wanna lose your visceral fat, which is the most dangerous type of fat because it's around your visceral organs and it could actually lead to other chronic illnesses, that you need to eat colorful, bright vegetables. Let me see if I can put a clip of his video in here.
Fat isn't just under your skin, it's also visceral fat that's packed around your internal organs. So it's packed around your stomach and your liver and your pancreas. And this is the fat that drives a lot of the chronic conditions that are slowly killing us today. So visceral fat is what drives diabetes and fatty liver and heart disease and even cancer. But the good news is that while visceral fat is dangerous, it's also the easiest fat to lose once you know how to target it. So how do you get these carotenoids from your diet? Well, just target your favorite colorful vegetables. So things like carrots and sweet potatoes and bell peppers and spinach and squash, you name it. Any colorful vegetable or fruit is likely to be rich in some type of carotenoid, and it will help you lose your visceral fat. Once you've dialed in the right foods, the correct exercise regimen will become that magical multiplier. And this exercise would actually put them in the low moderate intensity. It's that intensity where you can still hold the conversation and speak in full sentences, but you just sound a little winded. If you want to lose visceral fat fast, like over the next few months, it's probably better to dial up your cardio. Now, if we're choosing between HIIT and aerobic exercise, there really isn't a big difference between.
Another thing that he said though in that clip was that we need to be doing either HIIT workouts or aerobic. And aerobic exercises got me back to my old, like, circa 1992 brain. And I was like, I think I'm gonna try to do some Richard Simmons. Listen, when I was young, my mom used to do Richard Simmons with me, Jane Fonda, And also this like African lady that I love, I found her video on YouTube, but it was like this African lady doing this dance. We'll do that another day. But what I'm thinking is I know all the moves and all the music to Sweatin' with the Oldies, Sweatin' to the Oldies. I think it was number 2, the one that I like. And also Jane Fonda. So I don't know if I'm gonna do Jane Fonda's complete workout. That's what it's called. Jane Fonda complete workout or Sweatin' to the Oldies. But I'm going retro. I told my sister I was gonna go back and do some aerobic workouts and do Richard Simmons. She goes, Richard Simmons? I was like, babe, it works. And I think it's really just about finding movement that's fun for you. And if that's gonna help me to stay on track, at least for the beginning, let's go. I'll incorporate more weights as time goes on. But for right now, I just gotta move. You know what I mean? So, and walking outside don't seem to be inspiring me because I don't know how many times I've said I'm gonna get up and go outside and it rains or something. I'm like, it's raining, I can't go. The sky's gray, I can't go. It might rain. I don't think I could do it. Just bringing excuses for myself. I bought the table for the treadmill to walk while I work. I'm just not coordinated enough for all that. That feels super uncomfortable to me. So I think I'm gonna try this Richard Simmons. Anyway, it's 9:24 and I have to be to work at 11. So let's go ahead and get this part of the video going. Let's sweat again. I know the moves even before he say it. I used to do this all the time. Come on, do the locomotion with me. You gotta swing your hips now. Woo! How you get tired and you just started?
Here we go. Inhale.
Slow it down a little bit for us. This one's kind of like a stretch. Fever all through the night. I'm not gonna lie, my arms can't take all that sizzling. Listen, I wonder what the people who were in this video, what are they looking like when they watch this back? Because they gotta be at least like 20 years older than they were in this video. It's crazy. More than that. This was out more than 20 years ago. That just ain't right. Cause he's coming after you. Hold, what? What? Oh, you believe all your lies. But it cut you down to size. This one I need that chair. Oh, I got more balance on this side. The warm-up is over. It's time to get with it.
Come on.
Ready for 25 minutes of low impact aerobics. Down, doobie doo, down, down. Come on, down, doobie doo. When you held me tight, they say that breaking up is hard to do. No, don't say this is the end. Let me get my coordination together. It's crazy how 20 years later I still can remember these moves. That's wild. This should be my favorite part of the song. Okay, it's about to get fast. Check your heart rate. I don't even want to. My heart rate's going fast. That's all you need to know. You see this sweat on this forehead? My heart rate's going fast. Whew. I ain't did a workout like this one in a minute. I think I'm gonna top off my Celsius.
Everyone in target heart rate.
Yes, we're in target heart rate, Richard.
Here we go. Uh-huh. It feels a little windy here, doesn't it?
I remember this one. You gotta like fly in the sky at one point. Oh my God, it's so funny. I remember this part. Above the cloud. I remember I hated this workout because the arms are so heavy. My arms. Yeah, no, this one is not my favorite. All this arm workout. He's trying to kill my shoulders. This is how the heart rate get up, is just doing all these arm workouts. Keep your arms above your head. I have no more Celsius left. I guess I better get back to it. And then, big girls don't lie. I mean, cry. I was cruel. Oh, wrong one. I'm doing it all wrong. Hold on. But I also know when I exercise on a regular basis, my knees don't hurt. And now they just started hurting, probably the extra weight. So I need to keep it going. Yes, raise it up, Richard. I feel like I should keep going, but I'm gonna stop halfway. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Only because it says I've been going for 30 minutes and it's gonna take another 30 minutes for me to finish. And I don't have another 30 minutes to give. Whew. But even 30 minutes right now was good. I might end up doing some more later on tonight because that wasn't as hard as I thought. Whew. I am a bit winded though. Hold on, let me catch my breath and then I'll have a conversation with you guys about my labs. And yeah, some other data points. Okay, you guys, can you see sweat? I feel like there's sweat there. It's definitely dripping down the back of my neck. Anyway, all right, so now let's get it together and talk about these labs and open a package that I got from Amazon because I made some executive decisions on my own. First and foremost, my labs. So my A1C was 6.4, which isn't killer bad, and the Manjaro ought to help with that. My cholesterol, total cholesterol was good. Good cholesterol was good, which that used to be low, and the doctor had me eating a quarter of an avocado every day. But now my bad cholesterol is exactly 100, which it needs to be under 100. So, I mean, it's right at 100. And with that, I need to stop eating so much fried foods. I think that's automatically going to happen as I'm getting my diet in order and as I'm exercising. I think that number will correct itself. Okay, next up, my iron. So for the first time in forever, I have a hemoglobin of 12.7. You guys, when I was pregnant with Jace, let me get comfortable so we can have a conversation. When I was pregnant with Jace, I was severely anemic. And I had to get like iron transfusions and all this stuff going on. And I only made it up, and I was taking iron twice a day. I literally made it up to 10. I've never seen a number above a 10, but that's because I was having my cycle and I have fibroids that I never had removed. And so I've been getting iron transfusions. I had to have a blood transfusion a couple of Christmases ago because my hemoglobin was at 6.8, I think it was. Anyway, I was shocked. Do you hear me? Look at my head, shocked. When it came out at 12.8, I've never had a hemoglobin that high. So that means I should have energy, but I do still feel tired at times and sometimes winded. And I thought it was my hemoglobin, but what I realized is my iron. So my iron level, I think, was at a 13. I'll try to put the labs up here on the screen as I'm talking about them. But anyway, my iron is severely low. So instead of doing an iron transfusion again and again and again, because baby, I need to save these veins, I'm thinking I'm going to start taking some iron tablets. Now, I looked online and I saw a doctor that was saying that these one type of blood builders are good. So that's where Amazon haul comes in. Hold on. Where am I going to sit you guys? That makes sense. How about right here for a minute? Let me open this and then we'll have another conversation. Oh yeah, I got that too. All right, so these are the things I got for my health. I literally just ordered them yesterday when I saw my lab work. One of them is Vital Proteins. I really should have been getting a refill because this little bitty old jar for $18, it's gonna get me started. But these collagen help my hair, helps my skin, the elasticity of your skin, especially as you age. For collagen peptides, they really work. So I'm putting 2 scoops of this in my first 40 ounces of water that I drink in the day. It says it has 20 grams of collagen peptides for hair, skin, nails, and joints. Yeah. I used to take this every single day, and I still have some in the kitchen, but a big jar that I got at Costco. And I didn't have time to be going to Costco, and I was like, let me just get something from Amazon. I was not expecting it to be this tiny. Do you see how small this is? Okay. Yeah, no. The one I have in the kitchen is like 3 times the size of this. So I'm going to get another one at like BJ's or Costco or something. But for right now, this ought to hold me over. I think it said this was 18 servings. 4 tablespoons is 1 serving, and there's 13 servings in here. So I got this one on Amazon. I also wanted to try this for skin. This is actually a body wash. Now, this doesn't have so much to do with health as much as it does just, I want to have glowing skin. And this is by Naturium, and it's the Perfector Salicylic Acid Body Wash. Now, somebody said if you put salicylic acid in your body wash, look at that you will have like super shiny, smooth skin, because it's kind of like that Paula's Choice BHA that I'm using for my face, but this is for your body. It's the same type of salicylic acid, What's the ingredients? Let me see. Let me not play with myself. Yeah, salicylic acid is in this one as well, 0.5%. So yeah, so this has less salicylic acid than the 2% that I'm using on my face, but I've seen major changes in my face, and I'm wondering if this is gonna help with my skin. So I got this as the second product. All right, let's talk about the last thing I got, which is for my iron. Why is there, oh, that's the pills. I'm like, why is there a bell in here? Hold on. This might not be the best angle. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna start taking these ASAP. This is the Mega Food Iron Builder. Now, what I liked about it, it already has vitamin C in it. And y'all, I ain't got my glasses in the way it's set up. 15 milligrams of vitamin C or ascorbic acid already included, which will help your body to absorb the iron. And it's called the Blood Builder. I don't need the, come on, focus on the bottle. I don't need the blood part, but I do need the iron part. So we're gonna see how much this is and how much iron is in it. Folic, wait, not folic acid, it got that too. B12, got that, okay, whatever. Where's the iron part? Oh, iron, and somebody said that this was important. Oh my God. Y'all, I can't see, I need my glasses. There's a certain type of iron that's needed. Oh, iron bicyclinate. That is in this one. And I saw a girl on Instagram who is a doctor talk about that this is so good. And the reviews on here were like amazing. There was another one that was an iron booster as well, but it was like $100 a bottle. I'm like, bro, like, I don't know. I can't spend $100 a bottle, you know? But this one was only like, I wanna say $18 or $19 or something like that. So I'll link all these products down below if you guys are interested in getting yourself some. That's what I'm gonna be doing, is taking the iron builder. She wants to see me back in 3 months for labs, and I'm gonna ask her to recheck my iron. So we're gonna have a checkup in about 3 months and see if this is working. Okay. I think that's everything, you guys. I would bring you along to make my breakfast, but I don't even know if I'll have time. I might just be drinking a protein shake for this morning and maybe having 2 boiled eggs. So nothing too interesting or exciting, but we will be back because I do need to go to the grocery store and get some healthy things to cook dinners. I've been primarily cooking dinners on my lunch hour. So I get a 45-minute lunch hour and I come downstairs, cook dinner. So by like 5 o'clock, dinner's prepared. And around 6 o'clock, I usually come downstairs, make myself a plate and eat it while I'm on calls or in between calls. So dinner has been early, which is another win that I'm not even trying to do, but that's keeping me eating about 2 times a day. Once around 11 o'clock, right before I go to work, and once around 6 o'clock as, you know, dinner's done. And so I'm only eating about 2 meals a day. I don't know. I might need to get me some healthy snacks, but that'll be in our next haul because guess what? Walmart sent me a message and said it's time for me to come pick up my Manjaro at the higher dose. So we're gonna go pick that up and do a little bit of grocery shopping in the next video. But for right now, I gotta get a shower and get myself to work. It is already what time? 10:35, and I have to be to work at 11. So I gotta get going, y'all. All right, I hope you guys are loving these vlogs. They are a little different for me, but I think it's gonna be fun seeing the journey along the way and being able to watch it back. So I appreciate all the love and support you gave to my first video, and I hope you guys enjoy this one the same. For right now, I say take care, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.